Train derailed in Deposit. We have live team coverage from the scene. And a heavy police presence was in Binghamton's first ward early this morning. What we've learned so far. We're continuing to follow breaking news this morning out of Deposit, where a non-passenger train derailed around 2:20 this morning. Our Scott Cecina is live at the scene with some new information. Scott, what did you find out?
Yeah, Claire, it has just been confirmed that 2 cars are in the West Branch of the Delaware River this morning. A crane is being called in to try and get them out, and EMS workers told me that the engineers are supposedly fine at the moment, so the injuries the injuries don't look to be that severe, if any at all. Now, we got here around 4:15 this morning. When the call came over, we heard and got out here as soon as we can, and EMS workers have been coming in and out of this scene all morning long. The state police are here, Department of Environmental Conservation are here, as well as several other units. I just saw them take out a drone to get a better view of what happened and possibly get, of course, an overhead view of the entire scene down there. Again, this happened around 2:20 this morning, and state police are investigating the possible cause.
All right, Scott, while we have here, just to clarify, it was 2 train cars now in the river. What has the response been like? You know, you've been there all morning, seeing the crews go back and forth. What's that latest response?
Well, you know, they've seemed very calm. They haven't had a lot of panic to them, of course. You know, they've been coming in doing their job as best they can. But the atmosphere here is calm. It's relaxing. Guys don't seem to have too much nervousness, or they're not super worried about the scene down there. A lot of them are, you know, talking amongst themselves, going about their regular jobs here. But so the atmosphere here is well, and it doesn't seem to be as serious as we were wondering if it was earlier this morning.
Okay, that is good to learn, Scott. And while we also have you here, earlier you were saying, you know, you didn't see ambulances going from the scene. It seemed to be pretty contained. Is that still the case?
Yeah, no, the emergency crews and vehicles here, they haven't been rushing in and out. Now, new ones have been coming in just to switch the shifts with the guys who have been here since the derailment happened around 2:20 this morning. Again, this is right in the middle between Hancock and Deposit along Route 17 East, and we got here around 4:15. Yeah, the atmosphere here is calm. There has been no severe cars, ambulances, emergency vehicles rushing in and out of here. Of course, they're going to be here for a long part of the morning, and we're told that crane that's going to hopefully get those cars out of the river will be here in about 3.5 to 4 hours, so they're going to be here for a while. I'll have more throughout the day here on 12 News. Stay tuned for the latest. For now, live in Deposit, Scott Cecina, 12 News.
All right, Scott, certainly it looks like a lot to be done. Thank you for all of the updates, and we'll continue to check back in. I know we're still standing by for a news conference to hopefully learn even more. Well, also happening overnight, a heavy police presence was in Binghamton's first ward earlier this morning. Units were at the corner of Clinton and Wilson Streets around 1 a.m. Our 12 News crew got to the scene in Binghamton and saw the Superior ambulance rushing from that scene, being escorted by a police car. Our crews also say police were searching outside of a home on Wilson Street with flashlights and talking with neighbors. Police had crime scene and crime tape up around the Wilson Street area, and our crews also saw a couple of canines you saw there searching the area as well. We're unsure what they were searching for or what exactly happened at this time. This is a developing story, so stay with 12 News for all of the latest details. Now let's get a check on our local weather with meteorologist Damon Matson in this morning. Damon, are we finally getting a relief from all of that rain?
It looks like we are today, thankfully enough. We had a lot of rain yesterday, but we're not going to be dealing with that today. And it looks like for the next few going on into the weekend. But I do want to get you caught up on some of the reports that we had in yesterday. It was a busy day with all of the rainfall. Certainly numerous flash flood reports throughout Broome County, and then also off to the east over towards Deposit there. A lot of these reports came in between 7:30 and 10:30 last night, and that's when a lot of those heavy thunderstorms definitely did push through. We went throughout the evening. There's some of the radar estimated rainfall totals, and I'll go ahead and queue up an amount here in those lighter greens and yellows locally. anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rainfall fell again off to our east here. So yeah, it was a crazy night last night. A lot of flash flood reports did roll in as we went throughout the night. Thankfully enough, though, a lot of those crews that are trying to clean up from the flash flooding will catch a break today. Looking at the satellite and radar, a lot of that rain and the front that was along with it has moved off to the east, and we'll see plenty of dry time as we go throughout the day here in the Twin Ciers. I'll let you know how long that's going to last and when we could expect possibly some more rainfall coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, thanks so much, Damon. As you've said, the rain that we've seen this week has caused some flash flooding and many road closures. Last night, Blakesley Road in Kirkwood was washed out and closed. This morning, it is back open. Route 11 near the Rabideau gas station there was overflown with water at one point last night. The water even went up to the fire hydrant. That is also back open, though, as of this morning. Deposit and Sanford remain under a state of emergency at last check due to the recent flooding. The village was out cleaning up the damage yesterday as well as this morning. The Deposit Fire Department said on Facebook, one lane on Route 17 eastbound and westbound are currently open. However, Rods Creek Road, Silver Lake Road, Sherman Road, and Falls Road all still remain closed. Over in Delaware County, Hancock was hit by flooding as well. These pictures were sent to us by a viewer. As you can see, water flowing through that town. A travel advisory was issued in Hancock. Make sure you're up to date with any further weather conditions coming our way with that Storm Track 12 weather app. It's perfect when you're on the go. It sends out notifications and updates about our area, and it's free to download. Just search for WBNG Storm Track 12 in your phone's app store. Well, there's a battle between Broome County, a board, and the home of April the giraffe, Animal Adventure Park. Park owner Jordan Patch withdrew a funding application from the county. He did not respond for an interview, but did provide this letter. And in this letter, Patch says the park has not received enough support from county legislators. Patch attributes this one to an unnamed legislator who he says sent an email that he called, quote, accusatory of criminal conduct by Animal Adventure Park. After hearing the backlash, legislator Jason Shaw reached out to 12 News saying it may have been an email he sent in July causing the problems. The July email questioned where the money would go to, pointing out the small conditions of Animal Adventure's restrooms, as well as pointing out the cash-only business questioning accounting practices. Shaw says the email was not intended to offend or cause any controversy.
It's terrible to say, but people tell you to be careful about the questions you ask because anything you ask seems to upset someone. And so I'd rather just come out with this now and say, these are my questions. And, and on top of it, I think Animal Adventure is an excellent business.
The Broome County legislator released a statement saying, quote, we are aware of specific concerns attributed to a particular legislator. The legislature stands committed to helping any and all small businesses in our area grow and prosper. It says for-profit businesses are not actually eligible for the funds. There's controversy swirling regarding Broome County, an eyesore there that's set to be sold and demolished. Broome County Executive Jason Garner announced the county would try to sell former Phillips Foundry building on Frederick Street. The sale would include other adjacent lots totaling to about 2.8 acres. Garner says the demolishing of the building and other adjacent lots will help revitalize the Brandywine corridor.
First of all, we got to get these properties into the hands of private people, not government people, and we got to get them demolished. And those are not easy tasks. These are not easy buildings.
The reason I think the county executive's plan is short-sighted is because he's focused solely on demolishing one dilapidated structure instead of looking at the overall redevelopment of an approximate 25-plus acre area in the city of Binghamton.
County Executive Jason Garner reacted to the mayor yesterday afternoon saying, quote, this property at 8 Frederick Street in the city of Binghamton needs to be demolished this year with private funds, not years from now, with taxpayer dollars, as the mayor is suggesting. The mayor's office says demolition would require approval from the city. Your time now is 6:39. Just ahead on 12 News this morning, a dog is saved from a terrible predicament, and with school about a month away, what doctors are saying parents should check up on regarding their children. Plus, with all this rain, will impact the Dick's Sporting Goods Open next week. We spoke with the head of the grounds crew. We'll have all of that coming right up, so stay with us. First, here's Damon with a weather update for us.
Well, good morning to everyone. I hope it's going to be the best Thursday you've ever had. It's looking like a better day weather-wise, too. There's going to be some clouds out there as we go through the morning, but things are going to clear out. We'll see that sun as we go throughout the afternoon, becoming mostly sunny by the middle of the day. So if you have some golf going on today or anything else outdoors, hey, it's looking A-OK. Less humid as well. As again, those temperatures lower 80s, but we'll finally get rid of that humidity. Checking back in with what we had yesterday, though, it was certainly a damp one to say the least. Low temperature was warm, 67 degrees, and we received 1.5 inches of rainfall, just short of that at least, at the Binghamton Airport. Some other locations, of course, got even more than that. Locally, 2 to 3 inches, some flash flooding as well. But again, thankfully, today's looking drier. The next couple of days are actually looking drier. Are we going to enjoy a long stretch of dry days? I'll let you know all of that and more coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.